Hello friends, I am today making a video on so-called corona pandemic which has created havoc in the entire world. I want to discuss something about the most commonly used terms among the policymakers and even the general public also, on the basis of my last 20 years association with the so-called health policy experts of the country. Let us understand, coronavirus is a large family of viruses. It belongs to the family of nidovirus. The first case of novel coronavirus was identified in Wuhan province of China. Coronavirus may cause illness from the common cold to more other serious diseases like Middle East respiratory syndromes, commonly known as MERS, and severe acute respiratory syndrome, or the SARS. Let us understand about the very important cell popularly known as T cells, which is a type of lymphocyte which develops in the thymus gland, hence the name as T cells, and plays a central role in the immune process. The T cells can be distinguished from the other lymphocyte cells by the presence of a T cell receptor on the cell surface. The T cells are known as immune barriers, helps us to fight against some of these viruses. But their importance of battling SARS or the virus that causes COVID-19 has been still unclear. Research is going on and maybe it can be of the fruitful importance. Let us talk about widely used terms about corona in the management perspective. Stage 1, which is known usually referred as imported or the sporadic cases as per the World Health Organization. In this stage, there are no cases, while according to Indian Council of Medical Research, in this stage, the disease is introduced to the population. People who have a travel history to affected countries may become the carriers for the virus, at least in India. The stage 2 usually acknowledges as the local transmission as per World Health Organization. In this stage, the disease is sporadic and is either imported or locally detected, and as per Indian Council of Medical Research rules, local transmission of the disease occurs. This means that the people who have travel history of affected countries may have transmitted the disease to the people they came in contact with. India is currently in the stage 2 as per the Indian Council of Medical Research directions. Stage 3, or the most argued term, so-called community transmissions, as per the World Health Organization, a cluster of cases are detected, emerge in time, geographical location, or through common exposure. According to Indian Council of Medical Research, this stage is said to be very serious, as the people who neither have any contact with the infected person or have any travel history to affected countries become infected with the disease. In this stage, it is very difficult to break the chain of transmission, as the people infected have no idea about how they become infected. There has been argument among the state government and the Indian Council of Medical Research about the disease progression, at least in NCR or the Delhi area. State government says there is a community transmission but Indian Council of Medical Research refuted the charge. It says it is not the community transmission. Now the stage 4, which usually worldwide termed as epidemic, as per WHO, in this stage, larger outbreaks of local transmission occur, and Indian Council of Medical Research also states that it is the stage where the disease leads to an epidemic within the population. Let us know about worldwide most discussed COVID-19 treatment method which is popularly known as plasma therapy, which is a clinical trial in which blood is transfused from recovered COVID-19 patients to a coronavirus patient who is in critical condition. There are reported fruitful results of plasma therapy worldwide. Now, about the development of vaccines. After observing positive result on the mice, now Thailand has announced that it has proceeded to test its novel coronavirus vaccines on monkeys. The vaccine uses messenger RNA technology to weaken the strain of virus and produce antigens to fight with the virus from the root. Another attempt of development of vaccines, namely BNT162, is jointly developed by the German company BioNTech and US pharma giant Pfizer. It is a group of 4 potential vaccines based on messenger RNA concept. On the other hand, Picovac is an inactivated vaccine developed by the private biopharma company Sinovac. These vaccines are in different stages of clinical trial. It has been found that a person who develops COVID-19, a significant proportion, around 80%, does not require any treatment and usually recover on their own. Small proportion, less than around 20%, may need hospitalization, and very small proportion with comorbidities like cardiac, renal, cancer, diabetes, hypertension may need some serious clinical investigations and settings like ventilators also. Let us discuss about the drugs which are being used to treat patients of COVID-19. Some of these are in advanced trial stages. After successful completion of required clinical trial, these drugs will be available in market for general use. Favipiravir, which is marketed under the brand Avigan, the drug works by preventing the virus from replicating in cells. As the drug ritonavir and lopinavir is concerned, a Wuhan study conducted in 2020 found that the ritonavir or the lopinavir combination was not found effective in the treatment of COVID-19 patients. Let us discuss about the hydroxychloroquine, the anti-malarial drug, which has attained significant attention in mid-March when the US President Donald Trump described it as a game changer for the treatment of COVID-19 patients. But initially, FDA advised use of hydroxychloroquine in emergency COVID-19 cases, but again took a U-turn by advising not to use hydroxychloroquine, citing the example that it may develop cardiac complications and other confounding problems. Recently, a US Food and Drug Administration has allowed emergency use for the using remdesivir as a treatment against COVID-19 patient after the company provided sufficient data showing the drug had helped COVID-19 patients worldwide. Dexamethasone, it is a steroid being used for COVID-19 patients which are already in use in India for different elements like allergy, etc. But it is my humble advice that please avoid using it without any clinical prescription or use it under the guidance of a clinician only. Let us talk something about Ayurvedic formulation available. Currently in India, clinical trial for the 4 Ayurvedic medicines are underway, and many believe that this native plant or ashwagandha could be much needed immunity booster to combat the ill effects of COVID-19. Indeed, ancient record as old as 1200 BC, Arthaveda, and more recently small-scale clinical studies have provided evidence that various properties of ashwagandha plant could be beneficial in fighting off variety of these infections. In southern India, from the states of Tamil Nadu and Kerala has also attempted to use for dengue and chikungunya case the viral formulation and got very fruitful result. Unfortunately, we have neglected Ayurvedic science for many years. Although germs are everywhere, but only those with a poor immunity fall ill. Ayurvedic medicines can boost immunity to stop the coronavirus from entering our body. Four medicine, namely Yasti Madhu, Ashwagandha, Guduchi, Pipali, and Ayush 64, are currently being studied. These are being tested in three phases of COVID infection: prevention, treatment, and recovery phase. Hope this discuss point will be of use for you and understanding and adopting rational approach for managing issues like COVID-19. Thank you.